Hi everyone, this is Lady T with your water signs pride reading for June 2022. And so I'd like to thank everybody for all the support that they've given me, that, watching the videos, enjoying the videos, or learning anything new from the videos is really the goal of me doing them. I really want to help people, and so I thank you for all of your support. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. If I use the terms he, she, they, or anything else, I'm only going off of the imagery on the cards. This is a gender neutral kind of reading. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and I apologize for not doing these readings back to back. I said on the other video that I did that I work full time and I go to school as well. So I try to get readings in whenever I have time to do them. So if you see me sporadically posting, it's just because I'm too busy to post on a regular basis. But I'll try to do better with that, and I just hope that you'll support me in the meantime. But let's go ahead and get started. So water signs, interesting messages here. You've got quite a few oracle messages. I've pulled out a lot of cards for you because I want to do a mega reading, and because it's 3 signs, I like to usually do a big reading just to try to get the most information that I can without having to do individual, because sometimes I just don't have time to do individuals. So here we go. Let's get started. So here in your center energy, you have the King of Cups and the Hierophant. And to me, this is, the King of Cups, who is not usually a very, they do not wear their heart on their sleeve kind of person. And they give their cup of love, but they give it very sparingly and very selectively. And the Hierophant is somebody who's in a position of authority. So to me, the King of Cups is really sort of taking authority over a situation. Crowning energy is the Death card. So there has or is in the progress of being a death to some kind of situation. So this King of Cups stood in their power and basically said, that's it, it's over. Undermining energy is the Six of Wands, and that's really wanting to have victory in this situation and feeling victorious at this time. We also have what led up to this, the Page of Cups. So wanting to give an offer of love to someone, not maybe feeling as confident about it. And I think on the other video, I talked about this fish in the cup kind of thing. And so, I'm getting a totally different message with the fish in the cup than I did on the other reading. So, be careful about giving cups with fishes in it. Unless you're trying to get somebody pregnant. I guess that's the goal if that's what you're doing. But also, nobody wants to be suspicious of the cup that you give them, especially if it's a cup of love. The fish is coming through to me as potentially, what are your intentions for giving this cup? And maybe the person that you're going to give it to is suspicious of the fish in this cup. So I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm saying what I'm getting. But the outcome is, celebration. This could lead to a commitment of some sort because this is the Four of Wands. But it could just be potentially wanting to have a good time, wanting to celebrate. And let's go ahead and keep moving. Excuse me. And I don't know, when I started doing the water sign shuffling for the cards and everything, I thought it was very interesting that my energy changed. So some of y'all are going through something, and some of y'all are having problems with speaking up, because I'm having to clear my throat a lot, which I wasn't doing before I started you guys' reading this afternoon. So I think that's very interesting. So some of y'all might need some work on your throat chakra, or your solar plexus or sacral chakra, whichever one is about the power center of the body, because maybe you're not feeling confident enough to do whatever it is that you're planning on doing. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to talk about the first messages here we have from the Rainbow Oracle. I love these cards, and I got these just for this reading. That's why it's so late in the month, because these just came in the other day. But the first card you have out, wonderful, beautiful. Flourish. Conditions are perfect for growth and expansion in business or situations you're passionate about. So really, this is speaking to making sure that whatever you are going to endeavor your efforts in, whether that's business or anything else, that you come from that with a passionate stance, but also something that brings you joy. Because there's no point in you trying to take on any future endeavors, whether that be relationships or whether that be business. It doesn't matter, that do not really make your heart sing, bring you joy in the process. Those days are fast coming to an end. And so I just really want you to understand that. Next, we have Rainbow Priestess. Excuse me again. Trust your intuition. It's the language of your soul, a natural connection to your divinity. And so you're being asked to really pay attention to your intuition at this time, because it is speaking to you. Spirit is working with you. They are trying to give you messages of encouragement or anything else that you might need as you move forward. We have the ancient soul. And this tells me that, whoever I'm speaking to, or if this is a group of you that I'm speaking to, that you have ancient wisdom. You're not somebody who's, just been here one lifetime. You're somebody who has been here multiple lifetimes. And so I believe you are being really revamped in the aspect of getting this ancient wisdom imparted into you from spirit, because you see her on the imagery. Beautiful card. I love this card. His eyes are nice too. But just basically, really, the energy feeding into the mind and helping you to tap into this ancient wisdom is what I'm getting here. It says here, you are an old soul. Open your ancient eyes and recognize the sage within. And that's where you get the imagery from here. Okay, next we'll move on to the apprentice. So the apprentice to me is somebody who's learning. You see how they have the book of knowledge, if you will, that has been given to them by spirit, or the thoughts or the intuition to go look at these things is coming through as well. Because the apprentice is somebody who's curious, who wants to know some more. They're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Let me look into this, kind of thing. And curiosity is a wonderful place to be. Your vibration is usually very high with that, just because you're curious, you like the learning, and it really sparks those synapses or neurons or whatever they're called in your brain, to rewire in a different way than they have been before, because you are excited, and those emotions rewire your brain in a positive way. So here you have inspired learning is the call of the soul in pursuit of self-mastery. Be courageous with your emerging talents. So again, really, stepping out on faith, trusting, spirit and your ancestors and everybody that's guiding you at this time, in the use of this new wisdom that's coming through for you. And then here we have the awakened masculine. You've got the yin and yang. This is the balance that we all must have in ourselves to be truly whole, so that we can move forward in our power, so that we can step into our authenticity as we go about our life. And I think to some aspect, there are quite a few people I've talked to, lots of people that are going through various situations. And they're going through various aspects of spiritual awakening and this balance that we're talking about here in this card. Self-responsibility buckles you firmly into the driver's seat of your own life's direction. And this is right here. This is a repeat of this message. With the King of Cups and the Hierophant, stepping into your authority, stepping into your wisdom, and moving forward with that knowledge. Now, what I find interesting, you have also the Kadesh, sexual wisdom. I got a distinct message as soon as this popped out, and this is about understanding, that sex is more than just being with another individual. It is sharing energy, and all kinds of things can happen during a sexual escapade, and those energies can attach to you. They can do things that they should not do, kind of thing. And so you really want to be aware that there is an energy transfer when you have sex with someone. So really using that sexual wisdom as you move forward, and being more selective by stepping into your power, keeping your vibration high, so that the people that are called into your life to be a part of your life are on the same level. They're not low vibe. They're not trying to play games. They're not they're not doing those things because that's just not their mindset at that level. So, if you want to know more about that, you can reach out to me on my email, which is in the description. Here we have Kuan Yin, kindness and nurturing. So this is really about stepping into your kindness and nurturing of yourself, being kind in general. This isn't just to yourself. This is just in general to, mankind. Understanding where everyone is, and also nurturing yourself, because as you go through a transformation and as you go through a death, there is a process with that. There is a grieving process with any death, no matter how big or small it may be. And if there's anything that's going on in your family, I send my condolences to you for that. But with stepping into that nurturing aspect of really understanding, who to be nurturing to, and those kinds of things. Understanding that we're all on a journey. We're all on different places on that journey too. And just really having more understanding, nurturing, and kindness as you move forward. You also have visionary here with Imhotep. And that is basically someone who can actually see down the road and see what's coming and plan accordingly. And so that is going to be very helpful as you move forward. You have Mermaid of Lemuria, and remember we talked about joy, making sure that whatever you're doing as you move forward brings you joy. A lot of times we are not selfish in the aspect of we need to take care of ourselves before we try to take care of others. We always want to, overextend or overgive or whatever, people please or whatever you want to call it, in trying to help others. But if we are giving from an empty cup, we are really stripping ourselves of the necessary energy we need to sustain ourselves. And then we become depleted. We leave ourselves open for all kinds of things that we may not want. So really understanding that nurturing, kindness, having firm boundaries in place, understanding that you need to have the balance of, work and play, understanding that you should have joy every day because of just the fact that you woke up this morning, just the fact that you have made it this far, and understanding how far you've come and having the joy from that understanding and letting your heart sing with that joy as well. Here we have Rhiannon, which is inner strength. And so you've had to use a lot of strength at this time. And somehow I'm being pointed back to that sexual wisdom card too. So maybe you are refraining from having any kind of sexual escapades at this time, and really just standing in your power, and determined to move forward in whatever way you see is necessary. We also have the sun. So here things have been illuminated to you, but you also want to step into the sun. You want the warming rays of the sun, and that's what I get from that. You want the knowledge from the sun and the heat of the sun. You want to have, because this says source, this also brings me back to the relationship with spirit. And you see how the rays are, so are pointed outward. To me, this is all of the wisdom, all of the love, all of the guidance and support you have around you, from source that is radiating out to you at this time. So here we have 8th house mystery. And what I get here, this goes back to me, this is the death card here, and I want to say 8th house is Scorpio anyway. So I think this is just a dual message. What I find here is you're looking or understanding the mysteries and the balance of life. Because what I find here is the extreme contrast in this card. You've got color in the center and the outer rim. Even the skeleton is colored, but the flowers are white. The hand is gray with a blue ring, couple of blue rings actually, and some other blue trinkets or what have you. What I find interesting to me, this is the balance between light and dark. This is the balance between death and rebirth, life and death. There's so many contrasting messages that I get with that. So really just understanding all of how things work together in contrast of each other. Now, here we have To me, this is, you've got one person who's holding this container and they're pouring into another that's being held by another pair of hands. So this is about working and collaborating with others to make something out of that. And that's your Aquarius energy. Here we have the square, semi-square quincunx, which is tension. So having some kind of tension about something, because it looks like these two birds have clashed, and there's some kind of clash going on right now. And I want to say that could be representative of perhaps you in that balancing state. You are still going through your transformation. You are still needing to balance some things, and just so you're aware of that. And for some reason, I'm going back to this card here too, which could also speak to sexual tension. So we have Uranus here, which is change. And we've talked about the change all throughout this reading, actually. The inner strength. We've talked about the awakened masculine, the incorporation of the ancient soul, the visionary with Imhotep. And so all kinds of messages of change here. We still have some other cards here. We have conjunction, which is alliance. So to me, alliance and collaboration go hand in hand. Having an alliance with someone to collaborate with them to create something from that collaboration. You have ninth house exploration, going right back to that apprentice card that we had at the beginning. And we also have descendant, invitation. So extending an invitation or receiving an invitation for something. But because there's a Page of Cups here, I want to say that there's either someone coming towards you with this invitation or you going towards someone with an invitation. Now, this next deck that we're going to be looking at is the Mystical Journey Oracle. And here the first message we have is being bound. And you see here, what I find interesting about this card is she doesn't look uncomfortable. And this to me reminds me of the Eight of Swords. I think that's what it is. Eight of Swords. Yeah, I think it's Eight of Swords. Where you can get yourself out of this being bound mindset. There's something that's causing you to feel this way. But as soon as you decide that you don't want to be bound anymore and you take the necessary steps to free yourself, then that's when the situation changes. We have next self-realization. And so this here is, to me, spirit communicating with you and having a very, very personal kind of renewing of your spirit with refilling you with spiritual love, spiritual guidance, cooperation, you name it. Spirit is almost like refilling you is the message I keep getting with that, because you've had some kind of epiphany about something. Okay, here we have resistance. And you see here, Spirit is trying to communicate to this person, just continually trying to communicate. But resistance is usually because somebody doesn't want to let go of a certain way of thinking, of being, and that's where the resistance is coming from. But Spirit is, they're trying to support you and asking for you to listen. And here we have shadow work, which is, really about taking a look at what has transpired up to this point and potentially why. And this resistance card being right before the shadow work is you not wanting to change. You not wanting to necessarily do the work that's required to move forward in the right way. You want to take some shortcuts, or you don't want to do it at all. All I'm going to tell you is, hard head, soft behind. That's all I'm going to tell you. Because I don't think that Spirit is going to be okay with that. As much as I've seen Spirit trying to communicate in these last two cards with you, as well as some of the other cards up at the beginning of this reading. So, you do what you want. You got free will, but I'm really asking you to really think about that decision. So here are some other cards that I pulled for you. And I forgot which one this is, but it's one of my tarot decks. Well, it's really not a tarot deck. It's more of like a astrology card deck. But so we've got Aries, archetype the warrior, symbol the ram, which tells me you are being very stubborn about something. Element fire, modality cardinal, color red. Tarot card the emperor. Again, somebody who likes to be in control kind of thing. A body part, head, face, brain, planet Mars. Strengths. Um, initiating, daring, pioneering, energetic, enthusiastic, competitive, courageous, determined, confident, optimistic, honest, passionate. Weaknesses: reckless, impulsive, irresponsible, impatient, combative, headstrong, moody, short-tempered, aggressive. And that's the things that I think you need to do the shadow work for, because there's something in this, or because you got this as your first card. Next, we have third house of communication, sign Gemini, planet Mercury, the mind, thinking, communication, knowledge, siblings, social activity, interests, neighbors, early education, transportation, data processing, language. This is really about, how are you communicating? And remember I said in the very beginning that I was having some problems with my throat chakra, having to clear it continually. And that is something where you don't feel like you have the ability to speak up and stand up for yourself, or you don't have the ability to say what you need to say. And that's really something you want to take a look at right now. Next, you have the seventh house of relationships. Here we have sign Libra, planet Venus, relationships, marriage, contracts, business partners, equality, sharing, interpersonal relationships, long-term relationships, enemies, balance, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. So this is like maybe the third card you've got about balance here. Or I know I've talked about it with here as well, but I know I talked about it all throughout your reading here. The sun, another sun card. Sign Leo, transits, monthly, friends, moon, Mars, Jupiter, neutrals, Mercury, enemies, Venus and Saturn. Ego, basic personality, attitude toward life, sense of self, personal identity, creativity, masculinity, self-image, general preferences, what makes you you. And with these cards, the other thing I need to mention is these could be people that you're dealing with in your life. It could be Aries, Leo. But something that just hit me with the sun card, be careful of your ego. That's something that's very easy to get caught up in. And it's very easy to always, want your way. Because that's what the ego wants. The ego wants its way. It's very not flexible. And is always trying to get its way. And I don't know why I'm led to tell you that, but I'm saying what just popped in my head. Vesta, you've got Comet, the sister, spiritual path, relationships, friendships, keeper of the flame, inner light, inner fire, virgin, caretaker, sacred feminine, devotion, solitude, service. And to me, this is about you stepping onto your spiritual path and following your spiritual path. That's the message I'm getting for the Vesta comment. And I don't know why, but I just got like incredibly hot. So I don't know if where you are is incredibly hot or what that's about, but I feel for you if you're feeling anything like I am right now. 11th house, house of friendships, sign Aquarius, planet Uranus, and we had Uranus show up also. Groups, friendships, social awareness, humanitarian, technology, hopes, wishes, the future, community, humanity, earned wealth, organizations, teamwork, networking, gifts. So again, there's so many messages in there about, again, collaboration, using your gifts, understanding your gifts more, that kind of thing. And also using your gifts in the right way. That's the other piece to the gifts part. Okay, so let's go ahead. These are the, I want to say inner star. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, inner star oracle, first message. Miracle of life. Really stepping into understanding all the miracles that happen every single day. All you got to do is look outside. All you got to do is watch nature to see the miracles that happen all the time, that we take for granted every single day. And being appreciative of having those miracles in your life, at the new opportunities you get. And, even though, life is hard, we still get the miracles in spite of, if we are understanding the flow of life. Eternal energy. That to me is stepping into your power with this inner strength here. Really, understanding that your relationship with spirit, if you have one, and if you don't, I really strongly recommend that you get one. They're going to replenish your energy. They're going to help you, heal you. They're going to give you everything that you need. But if you don't want it, or you don't even really, bend a knee or meditate or whatever you do for you, then you're really going to miss out on this eternal energy that you need to move forward. Embodied knowing. This goes back to that ancient soul message, and you being given ancient knowledge from all of the times you've already been here. You are not a new soul. You've been here before many times. Source, new fuel. Again, stepping into source and getting into that relationship with source so that they can replenish you and renew your spirit. And not resisting that. Not resisting the change, not resisting the transformation, not resisting. Stepping out of that stubbornness, stepping out of the past, the hurt of the past. These are all things that are coming out as I pay attention to that card. Intentional legacy. So you are supposed to have a legacy, and that is written in the stars for you. But you also have to be at the level to receive this legacy, is what I'm hearing. And that's why spirit is trying to communicate with you, so that you don't miss your own opportunities by getting in your own way, due to, being resistant, due to being stubborn, due to being in your ego. All these things are coming through as I say all this stuff to you, because it's all tied together. Uplift each other. To me, this is about you uplifting other people that you want to uplift, but it's also about a larger message I'm getting here with uplifting humanity in some way. I think that goes back to that collaboration card, in that whole collaborating, having alliances kind of thing. Unfold a lesson. You're learning a lesson right now, and that never feels good, especially if you are hard-headed about it, because spirit's going to get the point across, because you were here to do something, whatever that is, and that's why stepping into your joy about it, this new phase, this new beginning in your life, kind of thing. Diamond strength, again, right back to that inner strength, and getting fortified with spirit. Okay, spirit is willing to strengthen you, giving you that strength, that diamond strength, that unbreakable faith, that unbreakable everything. But if you don't bend a knee, or you don't let spirit assist you, then just be ready for it to get real. That's all I'm going to say on that. Sacred knowledge, right back to that ancient soul. You've been here before, and spirit is just trying to wake you up to who you really are. Passion to thrive. Again, what do we have here? Flourish. First card out. So you want this, but for some reason you are standing in your own way, whatever this is. Activate your mind. Again, that spirit trying to speak to you, to give you this knowledge, to give you this assistance. Present moment, staying in the present. Do not go back to the past. That is the worst thing you can do when you are trying to move forward. And I'm getting the message to tell you to let go. Let go of something. I don't know what it is, because it could be different for each one of you. But there's something you have got to let go of, because it's killing you. And you may not even realize it. You are stardust. Again, another message about who you are. Stardust is from the cosmos. You can't get any higher than that. Okay, let's keep it moving. So here we have Messages from the ancestors. First one, you did your best. Here's exactly what I'm talking about. Cease beating yourself up over what you feel are dreadful mistakes. Rather see the situation as we do, that in being aware of your errors, the lessons are learned, never requiring to be repeated, say the ancestors. One of the hardest lessons in life that most people overlook every single day is forgiveness. And it's not just forgiving other people, it's forgiving yourself. Because until you forgive yourself, until you stop judging yourself, you're going to continue to beat yourself up over the mistake or whatever you perceive as a mistake. And that doesn't do anything but holds you in a stuck place. So really, getting into that place of forgiveness for yourself and others as needed. Love and fear. In our schoolroom, which is earth, love, and fear, are compulsory subjects. We send you both subjects, but we will always steer you to choose love, say the ancestors. Yeah, walking around in fear. Also, the acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. When we are in fear, it's just going to grow and it's going to grow and it's going to grow. And then when we try to step out of fear, it's going to be harder and harder because the negativity of fear just attracts more fear. So, really understanding that and just really pushing through it, understanding that, you could be looking at a situation that may not be as bad as you think it is, because that's usually what fear does. And just so you know, fear is from the devil. Fear has nothing to do with spirit. Nothing. This feeling too shall pass. Cast your mind back a couple of years to an issue which was of great concern, suggest the ancestors. With that faded memory in your mind now, imagine how your current concern will feel in a couple of years from now. So that's really understanding that this is a temporary time frame that you're going through now. In the Bible it says, basically, much weeping, and then the sun comes, the light comes in the morning. So basically, you are going through the shadow work right now. And does it feel good? No. It doesn't feel good to have your heart break. It doesn't feel good to really look at you and find out, wow, I'm I got some shit about me. But we all have shit about us. And so, that kind of thing. Really coming to the realization that, you have done some things that, yeah, you're not proud of, but you can't let that hold you back. You can't let that, really stop you from moving forward, because you are meant to do other things. And those things that you did do not define you, as long as you move forward and you do the right thing from here. Take the lesson, leave the pain. And the last one we have here is you have help from above. Spiritual forces are with you now, bringing you creative new insight and a clear direction. This is a time of renewed enthusiasm and clarity for you and your loved ones. Promise the ancestors. So this is really, about you paying attention to the messages that your spirit guides and all of your whole spirit team, archangels, ancestors, everybody is trying to help you right now. But allow them to. You've got to be open to it. They can't step in if you won't let them. And so really opening to that aspect of it as well. So I've got some other messages for you. These are the ancestral messages. I've got this small deck here to go through, and then one more, and then we're actually wrapping this up. So here, not right now. Find something else to focus on while we work on this for you. So there's a situation that maybe you want to take some kind of action. It's not the right time is what I'm getting with that. They're sending their love to you, a huge hug. We love you. If you don't plan to win the game, then why are you playing? So really, if you're not really going to do something, and really go all out with it, then what are you wasting time and effort for? What you want is out there manifesting you. So the very thing that you want is wanting you. Your ascension is here. You are leveling up. It might be challenging, but you will get through it. Again, another message about transformation and not resisting it. Kings and queens are not bothered by the pages of the courts. Rise above these conflicts, because, once you get into that high vibration and you really look at it from a different perspective, you're going to let a lot of this energy around you go, because you're not going to want to be bothered by it anymore. And you're not going to let it bother you anymore either. All that you desire to create is manifesting right before your beautiful eyes. So again, divine timing. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. Make the time for yourself. Again, back to that kindness and nurturing. You have to believe in yourself the way we believe in you. Again, confidence, trusting in spirit, trusting in yourself. They are guiding you. They will renew you. They will lift you up. They will carry you if they have to. They will do everything that they can for you, but you have to be open and willing to receive it. We are celebrating your success along with you for the successes you've had up to this point. It's been difficult, but they are right there cheering you on. And it leads me back to this Four of Wands here, where you want to celebrate. Be patient, seek the right moment and opportunity, then be swift and collect your blessings. So here, you're going to be told the right opportunity. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it. Get out of your own way. It's upsetting me and your ancestors. They're watching you. I mean, I can only imagine what it's like when I think about the ancestors and our whole team up there, trying to help us. And I know they're shaking their head like, I don't know what the hell is going on here. Why won't they let us help them? Why are they being so stubborn? Why are they in their ego? Why are they doing this to themselves? That's probably what your ancestors are saying right now. And they're probably a little frustrated. Wipe off your third eye. Are you missing some things? You're not letting spirit talk to you. You are not listening to your intuition right now. Pay attention to the signs and the messages for the next few days. We will show you the answer. So they're, again, trying everything they know to get through to you. It's time to let go. What did I just say? You got to let go. You have to move on, beloved. Whatever happened, you've got to move forward. It's going to be okay. Stay strong in your faith and never lose sight of the goal. Again, the thought that just came to me is, the picture of the person on the Eight of Pentacles. They've got their head down and they are just, plowing through. They are, one step at a time. They are working through it. And they've got this very determined way about it. And so I really think that's really the kind of vision that you need to have at this time. Staying focused. Stay strong in your faith and never lose sight of the goal. I read that already. You will be the first multimillionaire in your family. So here you are. The abundance is sitting out there waiting for you, but you have to be in a place to receive it. Okay, let's get to your last messages here, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, you didn't let it go, so we had to take it away from you because it was holding you back. Again, it wasn't good for you. Whatever it was literally killing you. If it doesn't bring peace and purpose, then don't give it your attention, time, or energy. Again, remember where it said kings and queens don't worry about the pages? Again, rising above all of that. The pettiness, the conflict, whatever situation you're in, low vibration, whatever that is, just rising above it. Not even entertaining it. The sooner you start believing in yourself, the sooner you'll start seeing the results you've been praying for continuously. You are in your own way. Your lack of confidence in yourself is also in your way. It is blocking your blessings at this time. So really understanding, again, getting back to who you are, knowing you are stardust. If you're stardust, how the hell can you not get what you want? I mean, come on now. Okay. Only surround yourself with high-valued people and energies. Again, not worrying about that petty shit. It's okay. You haven't figured it out. It's okay if you haven't figured it all out yet. That is the beauty of the journey. You get to decide where to go next. Where do you want to go? You'll be amazed at what you attract when you start believing in yourself and what you deserve. Again, knowing who you are, and so therefore you rise to that level of vibration and your things start coming in. Because you clear out all that crap that says you're not worthy, you don't deserve it, you're not enough, whatever it is, whatever negative record you're playing inside your head, whatever fear you're standing in right now, dig deep and get out of it. Stop being afraid. I just said fear. Of getting what you actually desire. You ask for it, so it is yours. So here you are, you've been praying and asking for things, and Spirit's like, okay, but now you won't get out the way to receive them? Come on now. That's just foolishness. And it ain't the good kind of foolishness either. Your sacral chakra. Yep, your power. Your sacral chakra needs attention. Connect with water and eat sweet potatoes, carrots, mangoes, and or citrus fruits. Your financial abundance is near. Hold on just a little longer. You will be taken care of, my dear. Again, abundance. It's coming. You're about to meet the reason why you couldn't settle. Again, whatever you have coming towards you is better than anything you could have ever imagined. Make plans and focus. Again, what did I say? You know, that Eight of Pentacles imagery where the person's hard at work. They're on that workbench and they got all those pentacles and they're working hard. That's what you need to do. Put your head down and focus. Make plans and focus. You have to be devoted and committed if you want to see the change you seek. Okay? We hear you. We have always heard you. Just know we are working behind the scenes to make it work. And see, they're working for you even though you're not even really letting them do it. They're fighting for you and you ain't fighting for you. So get committed to you. Get committed to your happiness. Get committed to what you want. Because this is the time. This is the new beginning is all about people understanding their heart's desires and stepping into that unknown to get them. Yeah, it's unknown. Maybe you never did this before, and maybe you've never reached out and went after what you wanted. Well, it's time to do that now. Watch how you use your money. You don't want to overspend, but you also don't want to hold on to it too tightly. Again, balance with anything in your life. If only you could see what's coming, you wouldn't care to stress about what's happening now. Yeah, if you had that higher perspective and you knew what was coming in, you would be so happy. You would just be like, okay, I don't care how much time it takes. I know it's on the way. And so it's a different outlook. So change your perspective. You are never alone, my dear. Even in the darkest hour on the coldest night, we are right by your side. You know, you got some ancestors that are ride or die. That's all I'm gonna say. If okay, whatever. It's okay if it still hurts. Cry and release all that pain. Don't let it sit in your inside and fester. Release it so that you can restore that space with healed energy. And just understand that whatever you are holding on to is literally going to kill you if you don't let it go. Because from a physical standpoint and how that works, that energy being stored in your body and not released, it's going to make you ill. So please hear this message and be careful. Pay attention to the company you keep and those resurfacing from your past. Yeah, I don't know if it's this Page of Cups person with this fish in the cup thing. I can't help but laugh when I see that card. Because to me, if you're offering me a cup of love, why is there a fish in the cup? I'm going to automatically be suspicious. I'm just going to tell you right now how I look at that. So be careful. Pay attention to the company you keep and those resurfacing from your past. If you left somebody that you know wasn't for your highest good, then why would you ever let them back into your life again? You know, a friend of mine in the past told me to move forward and you don't look back. Well, if you're going to move forward away from something that just wasn't good for you, that wasn't healthy for you, then make sure that you don't let them back in. That door need to be closed permanently. Because look at where you are now because of this past person. Because something tells me this was not a good situation you were in. Something tells me this was toxic, painful. Just, I can only imagine. And I'm getting all kinds of information right now. So step into your power. Love yourself. Put your desires first as you move forward because what you want matters. Forget about anybody else. And I do hope this helps you, water signs. Much love and light, Lady T.